we're going to play a game, a good old game of fact or fiction. I'm your host, Hakeem Dermish. Let's meet our contestants who join us from Los Angeles. Starting with Florida native and former NFL quarterback Danny Kanell. Next to him, Ohio native and CBS Sports HQ NFL analyst John Breech. Now you have to run out of a tunnel, but you can't because you're standing next to each other with two microphones, and there's nowhere to run, so you can stand there, and we'll do the show. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Our first topic, playing at home is irrelevant for the Rams in Super Bowl 56. Danny, fact or fiction?
That is fiction. This matters. I'm telling you, the heat wave that has been out here, and I can't believe Californians are complaining about it, but it is real. There is a humidity out here that I don't think they're used to, and the Rams have been living in it. They've been training in it. Meanwhile, Cincinnati, they came in a little bit later in the week. It was freezing cold in Cincinnati. But more importantly, NFL players are creatures of habit, and you're used to sleeping in your own hotel room bed before the game, sleeping in your own bed in your house before the game, getting into your own locker room, staying on the same sideline during the game. The Rams are going to have all of that. How much does it matter, I think, is debatable, but there is an advantage to it, so I'll say it's fiction.
You know what, Danny? I'm going to disagree with you. This is a great game show already. I'm going to say fact, it is irrelevant. Look, one big part of home field advantage is that you have the home crowd on your side. I don't think the Rams are going to have that on Sunday. This might be 50-50. It could be 60-40 in favor of the Bengals. Another advantage is the visiting team is usually in a trash locker room. The Bengals aren't going to be in a trash locker room. They're going to have the Chargers locker room that's all decked out. They're the home team in this game. Danny mentioned the weather. That definitely is an issue, but the Bengals are going to have had 5 days to get used to it. And this heat wave, LA hasn't been hit by a heat advisory in the month of February in like 20 years. So I don't even know if the Rams are used to this. So I am going to say that, fact, the home field advantage is irrelevant.
Our next topic involves the coin toss. The last 7 teams to win the coin toss in the Super Bowl end up losing the game. So I pose this question, John, starting with you. The team that wins the coin toss will lose the Super Bowl. Fact or fiction?
I'm going to go fact here. I can't go against 7 years of proof. And you look at some of these coin tosses over the years, the Falcons winning the coin toss in Super Bowl 51. They go up 28-3 and find a way to lose. We've just seen so many crazy things happen. The Chiefs winning the Super Bowl winning the coin toss last year. They were favored to win by 4.5 points, and they go out and fall flat on their face. I don't know what it is about the coin toss. I don't know if the ref is, giving them a weird look, but it is a little odd that the coin toss winner has lost 7 straight Super Bowls. I'm going to say the streak continues, and it's a fact.
So I'm going to say fiction, and here's why, Breech. I learned this lesson the hard way because as a novice gambler, when I was just out of college, I used to go to the casino, and I'd see the roulette table, and I'd see all black, like 20 of them. And I'd be like, oh, the next one has to be red. The next one has to be red. And I go up there and put it on red. Do you know what I learned when I lost all my money? That each individual spin is the same odds, just like the flip of a coin. So even though we've seen this incredible run, you cannot count on that as a historical trend because every game that takes place at the Super Bowl will have its own story in the end, regardless of what the coin flip is, whether it's heads or tails. So I'm going to say that's fiction, Hakeem.
All right, so no agreement from our contestants so far. Let's move on. Our next topic, Joe Burrow will become the face of the NFL with a win in Super Bowl 56. Danny, fact or fiction?
That is a fact. The NFL loves Joe Burrow. The NFL fans love Joe Burrow. He's a great story. Breech, somehow he really toes the line between being uber confident, almost cocky, but not crossing it. Because most guys, if you come out there with as much swagger and say some of the things that he says, you become unlikable. But he's backed it up, and I think it's authentic. I think it's real. When they ask him about his tinted sunglasses, and they're like, why are you wearing those? He's like, I just liked them. It comes off as that's really what it was. And they're looking for young superstars to replace Tom Brady, to replace Ben Roethlisberger. He'll be on the cover of Madden. He'll be on every promo. He'll be on the opening week game. So, yes, that is fact. Joe Burrow, if he wins this Super Bowl, and maybe even if he doesn't, he'll be a face in the NFL.
I'm on the fence here. And I want to agree with Danny, but I am going to go fiction and say that Joe Burrow will not become the face of the NFL. I think we are going to see him everywhere. But I think that Patrick Mahomes is kind of still going to be the guy going forward. Hey, 4 straight AFC championships, 2 straight Super Bowls. And so until he kind of his production falls off a cliff, I feel like he is going to be the face of the NFL with Joe Burrow right behind. Because as you said, Joe Burrow wore those sunglasses, and then everyone in Cincinnati was wearing them. The guy's a fashion icon. He wears one sock inside out. I think everyone in Cincinnati is doing that too. So, yes, Joe Burrow absolutely is going to be a face of the NFL. I don't know that he's going to be the face of the NFL.
He's attempting to do something no one has ever done. With a Super Bowl win, Joe Burrow would become the first quarterback to win the Heisman, the national title, and a Super Bowl, and he would have done it in a 3-year span. Let that sink in. It's really quite ridiculous. Okay, our contestants have yet to agree so far. Let's see if they're in agreement on the next one. Matthew Stafford will make the Hall of Fame with a loss. John, fact or fiction?
I am going fiction here. Matthew Stafford has had such an interesting career. I absolutely think he can put the cherry on top of the sundae if the Rams win the Super Bowl. But if they lose, that's just, the whole thing has been, hey, Matthew Stafford can't win the big game. And obviously, he's won 3 big games this past month. But then when you get out there and the biggest game and you lose again, that's kind of what you become known for. And we see a lot of quarterbacks. Ken Anderson, a former Bengals quarterback, Tony Romo, guys who just couldn't get that one Super Bowl, who might be in the Hall of Fame if they had gotten that one Super Bowl win. So I'm going to say that he is likely out, but again, he's probably going to play 5 more years and he could earn his way back in, but he is on the outside looking in to me if he does not win on Sunday.
We agree on one of these. Yeah, I'm with you. Now, I've kind of evolved in my Matthew Stafford stance because I was a big defender of Matthew Stafford. I used to get on with Brinson, do pick six and be like, yeah, I'm on team Matthew Stafford. But you start digging into some of the numbers, and I know he's going to be a top 10, all-time record holder of a lot of passing categories. But at some point, we start to have a reset because the rules have changed. I mean, it is a pass-happy league, and now we have another game. And I know we went from 14 to 16, and no one really notices that. But it is a different game now. The other thing I do think that's interesting, and you mentioned playing 5 more years, he's kind of sneaky 34, which to me, I wonder if he gets 5 years. And those windows start to close really fast. And how many more opportunities will he have? So I'm going to say fiction. I don't think he's in unless he wins this Super Bowl. So I'm going to say that's fiction.
Okay, our last topic will decide the winner of this segment. A topic near and dear to me as a Cleveland native. John, you're an Ohio native, just like me. I can give you the victory if you answer this question the way I see it. I'm the host. Here we go. Odell Beckham Jr.'s success with the Rams is an indictment on the Cleveland Browns. John, fact or fiction? Fiction.
I want to butter up to you and tell you exactly what you want to hear. But you know what? I'm going to have to go fact, and I think Odell Beckham's dad would agree with me. He's probably cutting up a YouTube video right now of how many touchdowns Odell can score in the Super Bowl. But it really is just, look, the Browns made the playoffs last season, didn't this season, and it felt like things were kind of dysfunctional. And it clearly wasn't just Odell Beckham because they got rid of him, and it's not like things got better. So I'm going to say it was not Odell's fault, and yes, it is a fact that it was an indictment on the Browns.
So I already put in my answer. I kind of want to win, though, and change it so I can please Akeem. But I'm going to say fact as well. And I think when you bring in Odell Beckham, you have to know what you're getting into. And I think the Browns did a poor job. I think Baker Mayfield holds some responsibility for this. I think the Browns do. I also think Odell Beckham holds some responsibility for it. But the fact that the Browns couldn't make it work with that talent and Jarvis Landry on the other side and the talent they had on that roster and just keep him happy enough to extend it and make it a couple years and make it another couple years, I think is an indictment on the Browns. So I think that is fact, Akeem. So now I have no idea who you're going to crown the winner.
Sorry,
now that you're
Akeem.
mad at both of us.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to have to go to the judges on this one. OBJ said today he regrets the way things ended in Cleveland. I guess I'm going to give you guys both the victory. You're both winners. Your parting gift for each of you, you both get to do another segment with me in 1 hour. So I'll see you right here, same place, 1 hour from now.
We're the big winners then.
You are.
Big winners then.
Fact or fiction? Danny and John, winners.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.